Hey guys, what's up? This is Shark talking. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about Battle with Gold Dragon. We'll be talking about the romancing stage, and I'll also be explaining a very easy strategy that everyone can replicate, but also showing how you can take advantage of the elemental and status elements resistance in this game. Well, Gold Dragon is kind of very easy because you can take advantage of sleep and paralyze on this fight. Well, if it was on the start of the game, I would not advise trying to paralyze a boss like this one, because 125 points of resistance against paralyze kind of feels like it's too much. You know, it may feel like you will not be inflicting paralyze, but there is some ways to do it, and I'll be explaining on this video. The Gold Dragon attacks with so many different attacks. It's slash, cold, blunt, lightning, sun. He can also stun, paralyze, and confuse, so you don't want him to keep attacking. You want to lock him down so you can keep attacking him and not allow him to attack. You could also say the same thing for poison, because the resistance against poison is 125, so you could also inflict poison. But we'll be not talking about poison on this time. We'll be talking about paralyze and sleep, because the sleep resistance is only 30. All the other stuff here is way too high for us to take advantage, so we'll be trying for paralyze and sleep. Well, the Gold Dragon is not so strong. I think that even if you are not debuffing him, you can still survive for some turns. And I'll be explaining my strategy. I am only using Platinum styles, because I wanted to prove that it's possible to beat. Everyone can do it. Well, there are some characters here very well trained, I can say. Judy, Princess Ray, Yundin, and Rouge are very well trained. Robin is not so much, but I'll be explaining their places here on the strategy. Judy is here because she has Psycho Noise. She can debuff the will of the enemy. If you debuff the will, you have more chances of inflicting some status ailments. Judy also has a staff that has a sleep resistance down. It's a very bad Holy Stones here. Is not even involved, it's only in rank 4. And then I have Princess Ray. She is here because she can inflict sleep, nightmare, not even fully awakened yet. Medium chance with a mage is very high, so she can inflict sleep. And her stave is bringing weak point plus. I think that you kind of can need to change this. We can let's just try to change this stave here. Or no, just leave her on that. Robin is here because of two things, exactly. He's here because of Mesmerize. He can inflict sleep as well. You can see Mesmerize inflicts sleep. It's not maxed, so he will be failing. He's already not so strong. The thing is that this is the only style of Robin that has very high intelligence, and even then is not so high. Even equipping everything here, I have only 106. All the other styles of Robin have lower intelligence, so this is the best one for sleep. And well, he's just using the Barthélemy happier, because this has to be an elemental one, because it increases intelligence. It doesn't need to be any type of element, any works. The next one, another thing that I'm forgetting about Robin is that he can also decrease the will of the target by passive. That can be interesting. So Yundin is the older character, but she's here just for damage. And she has weak point plus as a stone. She deals damage, and it's like one of the best damage dealers for cold without considering limited styles. Well, for platinum, she's still viable even to this day. That's interesting. Well, what I'm just explaining, with platinum styles, you can use your characters that are way stronger than this. Just like Liz. Liz is way better. We have Rouge, and Rouge is here with a Paralyze Resistance downstone, because, well, he is on a spot where he gets even more intelligence. And it's good to inflict this Paralyze Resistance down so that he can try to paralyze. We need everything that we can get to make it better. By inheritance, he's just bringing Shadow Chains, because, well, it's the only thing that you'll be using him. The other characters, no, it's just that we have these 5 characters for this stage. My formation is Magical Shower. I have Rouge and Yunzin on the backlines. Yunzin is for damage, Rouge is for paralyze, and then Judy is on the middle. She does not need agility, but I have the 2 other characters in the front lines because they can inflict sleep, and they need more agility to sleep before the enemy attacks. Okay, so this should work, I believe. So we have just trying to remember everything here. We have weak point plus, stone, paralyze resistance. Then we have weak point and sleep resistance now. We have two types of ailments that we are trying to reduce. We could have been even trying to reduce 2 times, like 2 for paralyze and 1 for sleep, but I guess this is okay. So let's start the fight, and I'll explain how my strategy works. So there's one interesting thing about this fight is that the boss Gold Dragon will be easily inflicted with sleep before Paralyze. We need to keep trying for Paralyze. But, well, Judy will just use Psycho Noise on turn 1. Princess Ray will use Nightmare on turn 1. Robin will just keep using Mesmerize all the time. But with Yunjin and Rouge, we'll just use normal attacks. I will explain why. Because the normal attack here increases intelligence. It's a buff. And we need more intelligence with both Yunjin and Rouge, because, well, more chances for Paralyze and more damage with Yunjin. You see, every time we use a normal attack, we get more intelligence. The thing here is that, let's just see, Judy also gets the same buff. If you don't understand yet, here on this game, when you perform a buff or a debuff, they kind of work the same. You get the value for the buff, and it usually lasts for 4 turns. But every new turn you lose 25% of the current value of the buff. If it buff was like 20%, you lose 5% of the buff, and it's only 15% on the turn 2. So you need to keep reapplying buffs or debuffs on the game to just have it stick. Because if you lose too much of your buff, it just disappears. And like I said, 4 turns. So what we are doing here is just using normal attack to make some buffs with Yunjin and Rouge. Judy was just using normal attack because she doesn't have VP. Same thing for Princess Ray. But Robin, you just use Mesmerize. Yunjin can just use Water Blast, or we can even stack a second buff. But I will not be doing this. Let's just use Water Blast, and Rouge will try Shadow Chains this time. It may still fail, especially because this Rouge has lower intelligence when compared to the current one that we got in December. Well, it did work, and we had better chances because we did a normal attack before. So what we will be doing this time now? Well, Judy can keep using Psycho Noise every time that she has it. Princess Ray will just save VP for now. Robin will keep using Mesmerize, or no, let's just save. Let's just save. We have Southern Cross that we inherited from his SS style. Let's just save VP with Robin. Yunjin will use another Water Blast, and Rouge will use a normal attack again. So, normal attack, Shadow Chains, normal attack, Shadow Chains. Also, we need to apply Paralyze again, so that the boss do not recover from it. Okay. Now we keep saving VP. Yunjin is back to normal attack. Rouge will use Shadow Chains this time. Hopefully we can reapply Paralyze. We didn't. But we have another chance. Everyone is getting to overdrive here. We will be saving even more VP because we can guarantee that we can inflict sleep on next turn. Even more with overdrive. Saving VP with Ray. Robin will just use, well, let's save VP for the next turn. And Yunjin can save VP. Rouge will use a normal attack, I guess. Yeah, because the next turn we will use overdrive with everyone. Poison will make this battle way faster. If you have your Ray, SS Ray, she can poison as well. So now we just use overdrive. The boss is recovered from Paralyze, but we were expecting this. Just use Psycho Noise, Nightmare, Southern Cross. Well, probably doesn't do damage here, but Water Blast and Shadow Chains. Let's see if we can inflict Paralyze. It's probably possible. Yeah, we did sleep. Paralyze didn't work. But at least we inflicted sleep. Well, we'll just use Nightmare again. Mesmerize, Water Blast, and Shadow Shades. Oh, he attacked me before Ray. Oh, we didn't paralyze this time again. But the boss is already dying, guys. Even if we do not inflict paralyze, the boss is dying and we don't have VP enough for another Nightmare. That's because, well, I didn't fully awaken this. Though, for now, I can heal my Robin, but no. If he dies, he dies. Let's try another Shadow Chains. Well, in some of my runs, he did land sleep. It's just that it's not so reliable. Yeah, we just did another Paralyze. It's over, guys. Let's just use Psycho Noise. Can even save VP now. Another normal attack, and Rouge will now use Drain Energy for more damage. Now it's time to finish the boss. I believe we can finish it by, you know, maybe using Cockatrice. It has a better damage. So turn cross, Water Blast, and Drain Energy. Yeah, and the fight is done. It is super easy if you can allow your characters to have the best situation to inflict status elements. They have, well, you know, they have the best formation to increase their intelligence. They are stacking above, so you have the better chances to inflict what you want here. And, well, now that we are done with the romancing difficulty, I want to explain something in here, and it's that, well, the new stage that you can farm here is very good. Well, it's better than the ones that we can get in the story mode right now. It has one more weapon power, so 19 instead of 18. It has 2 more love, but it lacks the 0 agility. It has 1 negative point on agility. So you're losing 1 agility, getting 1 more weapon power and 2 more love. There's no other stave in the game so far in the Japanese version that has 4 points on love. So this is the best one for healers. And most of the, I believe all of the water mages in this game can learn a type of a healing spell. Narwhal's Daughter can, also Yunzen can, and Taria can. So, well, it's a good moment for you to farm this weapon. And you can farm a agility plus for endurance plus as well if you want to use with Narwhal's Daughter, because sometimes you just want her to use the supportive spell and you don't need more damage. You don't need an int plus version. So I would just explain how I easily and quick farm this stage here, stage number 10. I still cannot beat this on turn, in a single turn, because my characters are not so strong yet. I have Fairy, I have Liz, I have Emilia, Rouge, and you have to bring Rock Bouquet here. We are using the Colorful Rangers formation, and if I didn't have to bring Rock Bouquet here, I would be able to finish this. But I get very close to. I need to finish on the second turn. If I get a combo, it usually is enough to kill the enemy. You can see that Emilia is still very strong. She did even more damage than Liz. Yes. We are very close to defeating it already. If you have, you know, Summer Selma or some other characters that can do pierce damage instead of Emilia, it works. The problem by using Colorful Rangers formation is just that you need to bring a spear user to the front line, because that's how they get more damage. So, well, this is it, guys. I thank you all for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. And if you want to support the channel, you can use the links here in the description of the video. We see each other later. Bye.